and you want to do it all by yourself, you don't want to take a single penny, annual total, that is what it takes, ladies and gentlemen, to start a SaaS from the ground up. What is going on, people? My name is Shah, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how much it costs me to run my SaaS company. So my SaaS company started about a year and a half ago. We started off obviously just like everyone else trying to solve a problem. And it's been a long journey, but we're about a year and a half out from the day that we started, and we just got our software into the beta testing phase. So we actually have paying customers. Yeah, for our beta testing phase, it's kind of rare to have paying customers, but we are in the automotive industry, as you guys can see. And we created a software that helps auto shops similar to ours pretty much stay connected with their customers. So what I'm gonna be showing you guys today is every single fixed cost that we have every month, including software subscriptions, employee costs, and we got marketing costs. So I'm just gonna go down the list right now. I've got a pen and pad right behind me, and I'm gonna start writing these costs down. So if you're looking to start a SaaS company and you're watching this video right now, I guarantee you I will be dropping a lot more content for you, things that might help launch you forward into the future when it comes to running your SaaS company, and pretty much avoid making the mistakes that I made when I first started. So let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. We're gonna start off with our first monthly subscription software, and these monthly subscription softwares really get you at the end of the day. So we're gonna go through those real quick. So I'm also gonna be separating between whether you're a self-developer, if you're a self-founder for your SaaS company, or whether you're hiring developers the way that I did, right? So I am the CEO of the company. I started the company. I am paying developers through the funds that I obviously have from my other companies in order to build this software, because I'm not a developer. So I'm gonna break it down for you guys so that you know how much it costs if you are a developer who's self-developing your SaaS, or if you are a person in my seat where you have to go pay people to build this thing. Additionally, we're also gonna be talking about marketing and how much that costs. So let's start off with the first one, guys. We've got Mailgun. So for those of you guys who are not familiar with Mailgun, Mailgun is a, what do they call it? Transactional email API service. So what it does is it allows you to send emails and things automatically without you having to do it yourself, right? So obviously when you sign up, for example, and you forget your password and you click forgot password, that email that goes out with a service similar to this one. That one costs us $35 a month. And this is all gonna be monthly costs up here. Number two, we've got HubSpot. So I tell people this all the time. You need to have a SaaS to run your SaaS. So we keep track of all of our clients, our demos, and keep track of the sales flows to see if we have follow-ups with customers that are interested, when new leads come in. Everything's automated in HubSpot. If you're not running a software already, I highly recommend HubSpot. It's kind of like a replacement for Salesforce. It's a lot less complicated than Salesforce, and it's like a suite, so they kind of sell you little packages one at a time, as opposed to having to buy this whole massive thing and pay $10,000 to set it all up. So HubSpot, they offer really good starting pricing as well. So that one costs us $30 a month. So as I mentioned, they've got really good starting pricing. So we're at $30 a month there. Then we've got our database. Obviously we have a backend database, and the fee for the database is, where are we at? Is $225 a month. So database, $225. Obviously, depending on what you're using, Xano, Supabase, there's a lot of no-code databases. All of them will land somewhere in the region of about this pricing, and you need a database to build a SaaS. So next we've got Intercom. Intercom we use for our clients in order to support them, and they have really nice plugins that work really well, and they have a good infrastructure built around being able to support your customers, keep track of things that come in, and make support tickets and keep track of those. So that we pay about $200 a month for, but it's well worth it. It's a pretty pricey software, but it's well worth it. And then of course we've got our emailing platform, which we use Gmail, which is $70 a month. So of course you have to have some sort of emailing platform, especially in our case. We have 3 developers, front and back end all included. And then we have ourselves, and we have a marketing team. So altogether, we have quite a few email addresses that need to be created and emails going back and forth. So including Gmail, Google Drive, all that stuff comes out about $70 a month. Next, we've got Jira. So most of you guys obviously are familiar with Jira. This is just a platform that is made for ticketing and keeping track of features. And this helps us stay on top of what features we're working on. It helps you create workflows. That's $35 a month. Not bad at all, right? Next, we've got Notion, one of my favorite ones on the list because I'm a big proponent when it comes to Notion. Notion is huge. I think that If you're running a business as complicated as running a SaaS, you need Notion. It's kind of like the brain. It's the database of the company when it comes to what we need to remember as humans. Just the same way that we have a database for our SaaS, we need a database for our team, and that Notion is the database for our team. We pay $60 a month, and actually, this one kind of surprised me because I didn't expect for our Notion to be costing $60 a month, but that's a pretty big cost there, and it doesn't seem like it when you look at it month by month, but I'm gonna add these all up for you guys, and at the end, we're gonna see the annual cost and tell you what that comes out to. All right, guys. So again, big proponent of Notion, starting it early. The earlier you start it, the better for you because you can have all of your information all in one place. Best thing you can do for your company. Next, we've got Upload Care. So Upload Care is a service that we use in order to host our images for our SaaS because our SaaS allows for image and video uploads. So this is what we use. This costs us $80 a month and not much more explaining to do there. You need something. There's actually a lot of other image hosting services that are available that cost a lot less than Upload Care, but we use Upload Care. Their file handling is really easy to use. They have really good support and really good integrations with our SaaS. So, and we could probably got one for like half the price, but we decided to go with this. We've got our landing page. Landing page is important, and our landing page is hosted on our on a service that costs us $29 a month. So now I'm gonna go ahead and flip this. So landing page is obviously, goes without saying, extremely important. Got to make sure you've got your landing page very well optimized to make sure that when customers land on the page, they actually understand what it is that you're selling, which you'd be surprised, and it sounds really obvious to say that, but you'd be surprised at how many SaaS companies have a terrible landing page in which you have zero clue what the hell they're actually selling. Next, we've got Calendly, which obviously is used, most of you already know, to schedule calls. So all of my sales demo calls come straight from my landing page, straight to my Calendly, $10 a month. That's pretty low. We've got DocuSeal. It's kind of like DocuSign, which allows us to do electronic signatures and contracts because we offer that service within our SaaS. That's $40 a month. Next, we've got SendGrid, which SendGrid is pretty much our primary transactional email service. We have Mailgun as a backup, but we use SendGrid mainly, and that one costs $90 a month. That's another one that surprised me. That's pretty high up there, but we do send a quite of emails through SendGrid. Obviously, like I said, for forgot password, when people sign up, when people are trying to add team members to our SaaS for their company, they have to get automated emails. None of those emails obviously are sent out manually. You would lose your mind. Next, we've got Twilio. This is for our texting integration, SMS integration. So we allow our customers to be able to send text messages to their clients that are automated. So for example, when they update the customer, it automatically sends them a text message without the user that's on our SaaS having to actually go and do that. And this is $100 a month. That's actually on the lower side for what I'd be willing to pay for that integration. Next, we've got Demarc. It was a Demarker. Demarc Digests. Demarc Digest. And that one, which I don't even know what that is, domain security. Oh, okay, that's probably pretty important. $14 a month for domain security. That's just to make sure that our domain stays at like a high level and a high standing, so that if we send out emails and stuff like that, it doesn't go to spam through our our actual domain. Next, we've got web app hosting. So this is where our actual app. This is a service that hosts the actual app. And that right there is probably the most important thing out of everything that we've talked about so far. $266 a month. That's also the highest priced item that we talked about. Second place, we have the database. So it makes sense. You got the front end and the database being your highest cost so far monthly. Next, we've got OpenAI. So obviously we have AI integrations within our SaaS. So we got OpenAI, and our average cost on OpenAI per month comes out to right about $20. And that's, I think, pretty understandable considering we don't really do too much with AI. But I guess for what we do, $20 makes sense, it's fair. Of course, we've also got PandaDoc. This is because we are testing certain integrations with PandaDoc, and that costs us a nice $65 a month. And that right there completes all of our subscriptions. So if you have a SaaS and you're looking to run it from the ground up, even if you're a self-founder where you're doing all the development, these are the things you can expect to have to pay for at a minimum to be running your SaaS company. Now, that total, monthly total, can you guys see that? Yeah. Monthly total comes out to $1,365. So if you're looking to run this thing by yourself, develop it by yourself, and pretty much do all of this and not pay a single penny for marketing or pay anyone else to help you develop, your total monthly cost would be $1,365, which comes out to annual $16,385 a year. So your cost to start a SaaS company, if you're developing it 100% yourself and you don't plan on spending anything on marketing, would be $16,385. And I promise you, if you're starting a SaaS company, chances are it's probably gonna take you a year to 2 years just to get to a solid product that you can actually sell. So you better have, $25,000 to $35,000 saved up if you're gonna start, even if you're doing it on your own. And that's assuming that you have no other income where you can supplement this annual cost right here. Now, I'm gonna continue going for those of you that aren't developing yourself, and I'm gonna tell you how much I'm paying my developers. So let's go ahead and start off with front end one. So this is my front end dev one, and that costs us $8,500 a month. And this is a stateside, we're in the US, so this is a stateside resource right here. So this is obviously top dollar for a front end dev, and probably will be paying this price if you're looking for someone local, someone who can speak English well, who can be a part of your team as opposed to just be a contractor. We just give them instructions and they just go off on their own. That's probably right around where you're gonna be paying for, okay? Next, we've got our front end two. This one right here is the type that I just said, the type where you just give them instructions and they go out on their own. They're not stateside, so they're overseas, and this one costs us roughly about $4,000 a month. And that's what you can expect to pay for a full-time dev that is not stateside, that you're just pretty much giving instructions to, and we meet like once a day, quickly for an hour, just make sure they're on pace, and then they continue on with their day. So these two people together make up the front end cost for development. Now, next we've got a database developer, right? Because these two guys don't work on the database, and that comes out to $7,500 a month. And this person is a expert when it comes to databases. He knows everything, the ins and outs of databases. He has a lot of experience. He works on it, I wouldn't say full-time, but close to full-time, and we pay him $7,500 a month. Also stateside, someone that's actually on our team that is pretty much in our meetings every single day, and we're having communication back and forth times throughout the day, probably 3 to 5 times throughout the day. Front end dev one, 3 to 5 times throughout the day. This person just once real quick, just to make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. And so that brings me to development costs. So we got $8,500 plus $4,000 plus $7,500. So the monthly cost for development is $20,000 a month, okay? So $20,000 a month just to keep your dev team. Annual cost comes out to, you could probably do some quick math there, is $240,000 a year. So that's just the dev cost right there per year. And that is absolutely insane. So if you're planning on paying and bootstrapping and not getting any kind of investment or any kind of financial aid, then you're looking at about $240,000 just in dev cost, not including all these costs that we just talked about back here. And I'll get you guys a final number as soon as I'm done with the marketing as well. So let's go ahead and move on to marketing. So marketing costs. So we've got Google ads, we've got YouTube ads, and we've got Facebook ads. So our Google ads cost us about $2,000 a month, and we spend about $1,000 a month on YouTube, and we spend about $1,000 a month on Facebook. So that adds up to monthly $4,000 and annually $48,000, okay? So this is our marketing cost. So we've got our annual cost right here, monthly cost right here, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and write down the 3 separate categories that we talked about, monthly and annually. So now we're gonna go ahead and add up the monthly and annual costs. So we've got subscriptions, we've got development, pretty sure I missed it either. And then we've got marketing. And I also want you guys to keep in mind that this is in the early stages right now. So obviously my subscription costs aren't as high as they're gonna be once we actually have more users on. My development costs probably is gonna stay the same, maybe a little bit higher when I hire more. And then marketing obviously is very low still because we're not ready to take too much on. So we don't wanna destroy and burn our money because we just know the ROI won't be there. So this is early stages, okay? We got monthly and we got annual. So monthly, annual subscriptions. We are at $1,365. Development, we're at $20,000. And marketing, we are at $4,000 a month. So that breaks down to annual. We've got $16,385. And then we've got marketing at $48,000. Wait, no, that's wrong. We got marketing at $48,000. And we've got development at $240,000. So if you are looking to start a SaaS from the ground up and you want to do it without doing the development and pay for the marketing, which this is just like the minimum that you're gonna be paying for marketing. You still have to put in marketing efforts, okay? I want you to know that right now. And your subscriptions are pretty much at a minimal. You'd be looking at, for your SaaS, a monthly total of $25,365 and an annual total of $300,000, So if you're starting a SaaS from the ground up and you want to do it all by yourself, you don't want to take a single penny and you want to bootstrap that thing and not have to develop the software yourself, you're looking at $300,000 a year. So that's what you have to have saved up if you want to be able to survive the next year from the day that you start. If you plan on being realistic and you're not delusional, you know that it's gonna take you longer than a year to develop, it's probably closer to $500,000 to $600,000 if you really wanna start a SaaS from the ground up. If you're developing yourself, it's a little bit more realistic, but that's not free. $25,000 and plus all of your time, chances are, because you're developing a SaaS, you're probably gonna be putting your heart and soul into it. $25,000 a year, so you should probably have close to $40,000 saved up if you want to be comfortable. That's assuming that you're spending money on marketing, $4,000 a month, which this is the absolute least that you'd be spending towards the end of your development or towards your beta testing phase. So that is what it takes, ladies and gentlemen, to start a SaaS from the ground up. I hope you guys got some knowledge from this video. If you guys enjoyed the video and want to learn more and want to get some more insight as to how my SaaS is going, please go ahead and make sure to subscribe. Also leave comments down below. Once again, my name is Shah. I'll be dropping videos pretty much every day for you guys to get more and more knowledge on how it feels to run a SaaS company. Thank you very much. Talk to you guys soon.